Simple interest and maturity value. In this video, we'll talk about simple interest. That's the amount earned on the initial investment or the principal only. We'll also look at a problem dealing with maturity value. This is the amount a borrower must repay on a loan or the final amount earned on an investment. Use the simple interest formula to compute the interest on an account earning 9% over 6 months. The initial amount invested was $4,500. For this problem, we'll use the simple interest formula I equals PRT, which means that the amount of interest will equal the principal times the rate times the time. First, we need to identify the principal. The problem tells us that the initial amount invested was $4,500. So the principal is $4,500. R is the interest rate, which is 9%. But we always want to convert percentages to decimals before putting them into a formula. So we'll divide 9 by 100 and get a decimal of 0.09. T is always given in terms of years. Our problem tells us that we have 6 months. So in order to convert this to number of years, we'll put 6 over 12. That's because there are 12 months in a year. So 6 months is equal to 1/2 years. And we can write that as 0.5. Now we'll take these values and put them into our formula. So I equals 4,500 times 0.09 times 0.5. Lastly, we'll multiply the numbers together. So 4,500 times 0.09 gives us a value of 405. 405 times 0.5 is 202.5. So that means that our amount earned is $202.50. This is the interest that was earned on the account. Use the simple interest formula and the values below to find time t. Here we're given the values for the principal, the interest amount, and the interest rate. We're going to use the simple interest formula to solve for the missing value, which is t, time. Now, as we know, the simple interest formula is I equals P times R times T. But if we solve for T, we can just divide both sides by P times R. So we get that T equals I divided by P times R. That means we're going to use this formula to find the value for T. So I'll just substitute the values that are given to us. I, the interest amount, is $5,160, and we'll divide that by the principal, which is $10,750, times the interest rate, which is 12%. We need to convert 12% to a decimal, and that's 0.12. And we'll put that into our formula. To solve this, we first want to multiply the numbers in the denominator position. So 10,750 times 0.12 is 1,290. Lastly, we're going to divide 5,160 by 1,290, and we get 4. So that means that my value for time is 4 years, since t is always given in years. If Tim deposits $3,000 with a rate of 8% for 4 months, what will be the maturity value? The maturity value is given by the formula M equals the principal plus the interest amount. In order to find the maturity value, we first want to find the value of the interest amount. So we're going to use I equals PRT first. So P, or the principal, is $3,000. R, or the interest rate, is 8%, and 8 divided by 100 is 0.08. And then T is 4 months. Remember, T should always be given in terms of years. Since there are 12 months in a year, I can rewrite 4 months as 4 over 12, which is 0.3333 repeating if we convert this to a decimal. And remember, you just divide the bottom number into the top number to convert to a decimal. Next, we want to multiply 3,000 times 0.08, and we get a value of 240. Then we'll multiply 240 by 0.33333 repeating. And we want to keep that decimal as long as possible in order to get an accurate answer. So when we multiply those two values together, we get that I equals $80. Now we have our value for I, which we need in order to find the maturity value. So our last step is to find the maturity value by adding the principal to the interest amount that we just found. So the principal was $3,000, and we're going to add it to $80, and that means that our maturity value is $3,080. And that is our final answer.